you know, they was attacking me because they was scared of what I knew. Oh, my hair look a little frizzy. Oh well. Hey y'all, hey everybody. I know ain't nobody coming in here real soon, but I know y'all be watching on the low. So I'm gonna head on and get to it. I ain't really gonna wait around for nobody or nothing like that. But I just wanted to let y'all know, I realized something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been being attacked for years. And it wasn't really until I got put out of my place and, was going through all of what I was going through. They repossessed my car, the whole thing, the whole nine, that I realized then, you know, they was attacking me because they was scared of what I knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had done started my little business, and when nobody support me or whatever, nobody would purchase my product. I had a few supporters. For the most part, none of the people who I done helped have supported me. Like I said, I had a couple of friends that had cysts on their ovaries. I have, one friend, she got a cyst so bad that she was out of commission whenever her cycle came on, and admitted to me that, my product actually helped the pain subside during her cycle times. So, I just was like, fuck, I was so fucking pissed that wasn't nobody supporting me, and it's like everybody just did not believe that I knew what I was talking about. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna guinea pig on myself. Okay? So I decided to guinea pig on myself. I decided to stop taking the antivirals for a period of time, and I just was taking my product. I wasn't taking nothing else, and I wasn't taking it every day because, I was really going through some shit. So I was battling with depression, battling with trying to move, staying in a hotel, car getting repossessed, all of this and all of that. In the midst of all of that, I go my regular checkup. So when I go get my checkup or whatever, she tell me, she's like, Jessica, because, I tell her, like, look, I ain't been taking them antivirals. You know what I'm saying? I've been going through depression, whatever, whatnot. She said, well, you only got 30 copies. So I said, I only got 30 copies. So that means my product does something, but maybe it need to be a little bit stronger. So what I did was went back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, so if I could manage to only have 30 copies, which is very, very, very low, okay? Especially on the large scale of things. You got so many cells in your body, and if all I got is 30 copies of the HIV in my body, and I have not been taking no antivirals, all I've been using is my supplement formula, then I was like, okay, cool. So that means I just need to maybe tweak it a little bit. So that's what I really was working on, like coming up with a different formula. You know what I'm saying? And just, working out the logistics of it, because I wanted to provide y'all with a supplement product that does not perish, which is non-perishable. I wanted to provide y'all with a product that, is going to help you cure all. It's like a multi-cure. So this can fight against the common cold. It can fight against, more serious diseases like possible, cancerous tumors. I had one friend, she had blood clots real bad. It helped flush her blood clots to where, the medication that the doctors was giving her wasn't helping her flush them blood clots. Like, her blood was thinning, but them clots weren't moving. So I gave her my product. It helped. It basically made the clot break up to where they could actually go in and perform surgery, because I guess it was in a position where they couldn't perform surgery on it and pull it out. It was too dangerous. So they was going to have to wait until it passed a little bit. Well, when I gave her my product, I only gave her like 5 doses. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 little neo shot doses. So, and that's back when I was still putting juice in it. Okay. And, but eventually it evolved to the point where I took it into consideration. Well, I want to provide them with something that does not perish. You know what I'm saying? Something that you got to keep it cool, of course, but yeah, you don't got to worry about it going bad. Like, even if you don't remember to take it every day and it's just sitting in your refrigerator and months later you come across it and you like, damn, I forgot all about this. Well, it'll still be some good. Because most people don't take care of their health the way that they're supposed to. You know, we get so busy doing this and doing that and ripping and running and chasing life and chasing money and chasing after bills and chasing after kids and chasing after men and chasing after women that we don't think of ourselves. So, being that I had to use myself as a little guinea pig. Now, you know, I've been guinea pigging on my mama for the past 10 years, you know, and I know that these people have been trying to figure out what is going on with her. Why don't she have no organ damage? Because if you know anything about the virus HIV, if you know anything about the antivirals that they prescribe for people that are HIV positive, you know that those antivirals actually attack the organs, okay? And they really do a number on the organs, like the kidneys, the liver, you know, your eyes, heart. I don't know the names of all the organs. I'm not gonna act like I know every damn thing, because I don't. I just know these supplements that I decided to mix up by the grace of God telling me to go on and mix them. These supplements actually do more than I initially expected them to do. Okay, when I was coming up with this supplement mix for my mama, I wasn't thinking about coming up with no cure for nothing. I just wanted my mama to feel better. So, you know, I've been sitting on this product for about 10 years because I ain't think nothing of it. Now, just so happens, I end up contracting HIV, which, you know, that's a whole nother story in of itself. However, because of the suspicions around how I actually contracted HIV just would not leave me alone, like would not stop plaguing me. You know, I just started to look at it for what it is. The system don't want us to get better. They don't want us to get better. They don't want us healthy. They don't want us functioning. What they want is us to keep taking their pills and keep eating their poison. Taking their pills and eating their poison. And they want us to die just in time for us to not get our Social Security benefits. Okay? So, you know, I knew all of that, you know, but I just was not looking at it. Like I was too close to what was going on to see what was going on. But when that whole eviction happened and I started looking through my papers and I started looking through this and looking through that and just, you know, I got 10, 12 years of paperwork. You know what I'm saying? From the time I was in college, from even before I was in college. And I started college in 2013. So imagine me lugging around all this paperwork for years and years and years. You know, I couldn't have been too unstable because how would one keep documents, you know, of such importance for that long if they was unstable and going from pillar to post? You know what I mean? It's like you gotta, you know, ask yourself the questions, the shit that they're not saying. You know what I mean? That's what you got to look at, the things that they're not saying. Anyhow, you know, I digress. The whole point of it was all the attacks was coming at such a rapid pace to where it wasn't until I was forced out of my home, you know, in, you know, almost a criminal manner. It wasn't until then when I realized, like, okay, man, why is these people coming for me? So I started asking myself, what does everything that's going on have in common? And I'm like, what does everything going on have in common? Well, for one, I look unstable as fuck. And then that's what it hit me. They want you to look unstable so nobody will believe you. They're trying to discredit you. They are trying to discredit you and discredit any information that you come out with. That's the whole point, is to destroy my character and discredit me. But look, I got all these degrees. I ain't making it up. I got all these degrees. All these is letters from people that, basically was saying like, yeah, we congratulate you for your scholastic efforts, like your scholastic efforts, excuse me. I could not get that out. But I get so excited, because all I really wanted to do was just live my life. But because of, this product that I was just sitting on that I didn't really know, I didn't know the importance of it until, all the attacks started happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one attack after another. And it would seem like anytime I brought up this product, like when I was in school, I brought up the product. I did a whole fucking video for my goddamn what was that, public speaking class. I did a public speaking class and we had to do little videos or whatnot of us doing public speeches. And we got to pick the topics. So one of the first speeches I ever did, as far as like that goes, it was about H2O2, and just touched on it briefly. I didn't really go into it. I, more so talked about how the doctors get paid and, the pharmacists get paid, and they spend a lot of money to market these products to us, and you follow the money when it comes to the system. You follow the money because the money gonna tell you what the fuck the truth is. And I don't know which sister I heard say that recently, but I heard somebody say that, and that shit stuck with me. Like, yeah, you follow the money. And the whole time, I've been getting so frustrated because I have not been getting support from my community. You know what I'm saying? I have not been getting support from people that I call friends. I have not been getting support from anybody. Ain't nobody who know me in this city stood on their square about my character, saying, yes, that's a good person. But what you notice also is ain't nobody contested a goddamn thing I'm saying. Nobody has openly or publicly contested what I'm saying, and they have not stopped me from saying it. If I was lying, wouldn't it be a lawsuit slapped on me for defamation of character or, whatever? Wouldn't it be? So I just was like, and I know I be coming off like, sometimes y'all see me and I be real ghetto. I'm real hood bitch. I really am. I really grew up in the hood. Okay, my mama really black. You see what I'm saying? My mama not white. My daddy not white. My daddy Puerto Rican. My mama black. Okay? Now, my mama this color. You feel me? Shit, I spent my whole life wishing I had dark skin. But that's another story. You know what I'm saying? But I learned to love me for me. Shit, this is what I am. This is what it is. I'm black. My black just on the inside. You just can't see it. So, anyhow, I done did a lot of bad shit. I ain't never killed nobody. I ain't never wished death on nobody. However, I can't say that about everybody else. Many have wished death upon me. And it's been going back since I made that video. Since I made that video about H2O2. And what's funny is this, because of all of the adversity I was facing, I'm such a fighter that when I face adversity, it's like I strap my boots up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, these bitches won't walk. Okay, you won't walk? All right, bitch, bet. That's how I am. That's my MO. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of the times people be like, this bitch crazy. But one thing about it, I'm loyal, I'm honest, and I fight for what I believe in. Okay? Now, the whole gist of everything was just like I went to piecing it all together. And piecing it all together. And then, the whole HIV shit. Like, when I contracted HIV, I initially, thought a nigga gave it to me. Like, okay, this nigga I've been fucking with gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I initially thought. I spent the first 2 years after being diagnosed believing that this man had done gave me this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, he say he ain't got it, but did he ever show me a test result? No, he never showed me no test result. But he say he ain't got it. I done talked to other people that I done been with in the past. They say they ain't got it. Everybody say they straight. Everybody still can donate. Everybody can still live their life the way they want to live their life. So I'm like, okay, I'm still just like, fuck it. Nigga just got to be lying, right? Okay, yeah. Nah. Had it not been for me getting kicked out of my house, I went to rummaging through all these papers. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Jesus, help me. I got a whole treasure chest full of fucking paperwork. And I got to go through this shit and figure, I'm talking about unopened bills, shit that it was so much shit piling up on top of me to where I wasn't even opening them bills. I didn't even want to see, Mr. Bill, I don't want to see you. You know what I mean? Like I was really, that's why I was over top frustrated because I done helped people. I done been there for people. I done rolled for people. I done picked people up when they was stuck in the mud. You know what I'm saying? And I've spent my life trying to be a good friend. Trying to be the type of friend that I would want someone to be to me. And like, nobody stood on their square and said, that ain't who that girl is. That shit hurt me. I was hurt. I was mad. I wanted to fight. So, you know, I just had done lost it and was like, fuck it, I'm not taking these antivirals. These bitches don't want to support me. I'm going to support myself. I'm going to take my product myself. I'm going to prove them with my own fucking doctor reports. And when I went in there, them people say, Jessica, you only got 30 copies in your system. She said, we like to keep it below 30. But you only got 30. Like she was trying, it was almost like she was hinting to me to say, whatever you doing is working, but you need to do better. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to do better than shit. So that made me go back to the drawing board. That made me, you know, start to research other supplements, you know, that I could mix in with my particular formula. And, you know, that was non-perishable. Things that you can have sitting in your counter or your kitchen cabinets, you know, for months at a time. And, you know, when you go back to it, like, you know, just for instance, I'm not saying I put bleach in it, but for instance, bleach doesn't spoil. Bleach don't go bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the midst of me doing all this research, trying to revamp my formula, you know, and, you know, coming across all these documents, it's all of this stuff is happening simultaneously. And it's like, it's so much shit going on. Well, in the midst of all of this, I end up getting introduced to a guy. Now, the guy that I get introduced to, I'm actually introduced to him by somebody that I just been chit-chatting with on the phone from Nigeria. Now, we've been chit-chatting for about 8 months now. We just been talking. You know, he cool, I'm cool. He introduced me to this dude, you know, because I'm telling him about my business. I'm telling him about the fact that ain't nobody backing me, ain't nobody supporting me. So he like, shit, I can help you find some investors. So I ain't thinking nothing about shit, right? Whole time, this bitch using my pictures all online. You know what I'm saying? Playing like he me. Ain't no telling how much money he done scammed out of bitches. And I didn't know how serious that scam shit was. Like, that shit got real. So when he introduced me to the dude, you know, by the time he introduced me to this so-called investor, you know, all my spidey senses was like, okay, bitch. I know you using my pictures. I know you trying to pretend like you me. I know. So who the fuck is this you talking about an investor? So I already red flagged that shit. I already red flagged it. But I went play along with it because I didn't have no other options. I ain't have no other options. I had done went to every door I thought I could think of to go to. And people was just looking at me like I was just butt fucking stupid. Now you look at all these damn degrees and you tell me, oh, this bitch stupid? Look at that shit. You don't see all that? I'm stupid? Okay, so we gonna get past that. You know, go to God about this. I say, God, I don't know what this dude, who the fuck he trying to introduce me to, but he keep telling me to contact this dude, and we done went through this in the past, and it done all been a whole fucking circus. And I just was like, I don't know what the fuck he got going on, but I feel like I'm being played. So I'm just gonna hold my cards close to my chest, you know, and hope that you got my back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got much other choices. I'm back moving my stuff, getting ready to go stay in the fucking hotel room. I'm sorry, y'all. I got fucking telescopes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just falling all over. It just do not want to stay. So anyhow, anyhow. So, and I got the telescope. It's just it's falling over everything. I apologize, y'all. Forgive me. But I decide I'm gonna keep my cards close to my chest. I'm gonna tell them about my product, but I'm not telling nobody what the new ingredients is. You know what I'm saying? Those, like, the 3 ingredients that I was using, I had to add some more to it. You know what I mean? So, and that's neither here nor there. The whole point was I really wasn't informing anyone that I had them basically, been tested and been taking this product and seeing that I only had 30 copies. I was just like keeping that close to my chest, and I wasn't telling nobody that I was revamping my formula so that way I could come back and see if it's possible for me to not have to take those fucking antivirals. Like antivirals, like, I ain't got nothing against no doctors or the system or anything of that nature. I just don't trust them. You know what I mean? Like, look at the shit they do to our foods. I don't know if y'all know this, but these motherfuckers done put gas pumps on goddamn cows, and they going in their stomach pulling the food out instead of the cows passing the food through their system like they supposed to. Like, they doing a lot of fuckery. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of fuckery going on in this world, and it's a lot of suffering, and it's a lot of unnecessary bullshit that they doing just to pump our bodies full of poison. You know what I mean? Like, they literally, you can go on TikTok, you could go anywhere and find this information. You just got to look for it. You know what I'm saying? So, in the midst of everything, I done been labeled a conspiracy theorist. I done been labeled crazy. I done been labeled a prostitute. I done been labeled some of everything. But ain't nobody talked about none of the good things I done did. Nobody talked about the fact that I worked for students with disabilities for 5 fucking years while I was in college, while also working at Metro PCS, while also taking care of my mama who was HIV positive, while also taking care of my husband who was in the penitentiary system. Nobody don't talk about all of the good I did. Nobody don't talk about how every Saturday and Sunday I was at Mama Linda and Papa Frank's house over there talking to them for hours. Nobody don't talk about that. So I decided I'm going to start standing up for myself. Nobody don't want to stand on their square about my character, about, the stand-up motherfucker I am. So I'm going to stand up for myself. And I know I do a lot of cussing, and I know y'all probably be like, damn, this bitch she's so toxic. I'm not toxic. I'm very high frequency. However, I'm very passionate about the condition that we're in and the fact that we are dependent upon a system that has already made it known that their main goal is to poison us. Their main goal is to have us dependent upon them like a motherfucking crackhead to a crack dealer. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you can't see it, then you just don't want to see it. But in the midst of all of this, I realized this why they fucking with me. They want me to be quiet. So, I go for it. I talk to this dude. And when I talked to this dude, one of the first things I said to him was, look, I know this boy using my picture, you know what I'm saying, and scamming people out of money. And he ain't gave me damn fucking dime. However, I don't know what his intention was, but this what he told me. He told me to ask that man for $40,000. What the fuck I look? I don't even know this man. I'm not finna ask him for $40,000. I don't give a fuck what you say. So I just kept that shit blood raw with the dude. Well, we end up, you know what I'm saying? Like, being cool. You know what I mean? Like I thought we was. So next thing you know, months go by, we on the phone, we talking. He like, yeah, I want you to come to Seattle. Da, 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 da. And I mean, he talking my talk. He talking about, you know, generational wealth. He talking about breaking generational curses. He talking about all of the things that, you know, all of the shit that I want to do. He talking about building a family, building a dynasty. You know, he's telling me, you know, his plans for the future and things, future endeavors that he wants to do. And I'm, you know, telling him about my future endeavors as far as my product goes, you know, and it come to find out, you know, we actually had some things in common that, you know, I could help him with what he was trying to do and he could help me with what I was trying to do. So it all seemed like it went together, right? Okay. But make note that I let him know I think that dude trying to play us. And I don't know if you involved in it, but I'm just letting you know that I know. Now, he ain't want to own up to it. He just wanted to play the role. So he played the role. Now the whole time, you know what I'm saying? We don't win. I done went to Seattle. You know, I hadn't been with nobody. You see what I'm saying? I hadn't been with nobody since the year before that. Last time I was with somebody was when I was doing that orbit shit. And this was a year later. So, you know, I ain't been with nobody. So now, I just been, you know, working, focusing on trying to fix my fucking life because these crackers is hell-bent on destroying it, you know. So that's all I've been focused on is fixing my life. This fucking telescope do not want to stay the fuck. It's like, sit your ass down. Maybe if I put it this way, it won't fall over no more. Okay, so anyhow, you know, these people sent hell bent on fucking my life up. So I just had to, you know, kind of went into like isolation. Like, and I didn't trust nobody. I didn't trust nobody I was friends with. I didn't trust nobody I was ever in a relationship with. I didn't trust nobody at that point. I didn't even trust my own mama. Hell, I didn't even trust myself because I felt like I had to make these decisions that had to lead me to this point in my life. Now, in the midst of everything that's going on, I'm getting to know this dude. I come across these papers, okay? These documents that have the date 12/17/20 on them. Now, these is the last time that I was tested and had a positive result. But it got the date 12/17/20 on it. So the more I'm looking and I'm like, damn, that date sound familiar to me. So I go to looking through my labs. And sure enough, the date that they verified that I was, in fact, HIV positive was 12/17/20. And I'm trying to figure out, this is handwritten. And this was way back in October. So how would these people know a whole different testing site? How would they know that 12/17/20 was going to be important? So now I'm like, Lord, this shit way bigger than I ever thought it would. You know, I'm trying to put the information out there, but I don't even got the words to describe the fuckery at play. Like, I don't have the words to even, how does I mean, I know it all is connected, but how do I convey that to law enforcement? How do I convey the connection to a lawyer? I'm so hurt and distraught by this shit and so confused and just, you know, I don't believe in myself the way, I don't see myself in that light. I don't see myself as some world-renowned ass motherfucking scientist. I'm just a ghetto girl out of Jacksonville, Florida. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at myself like that. You know, and that's another thing, you know, and I had to work on it. I had to do some work on believing in me, to believe that God actually did give me this formula. God actually did tell me what to do. God actually has bestowed upon me the gift for healing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm coming into that, but, you know, I had to acknowledge my own spiritual gifts to see and understand the reason why these people was coming for me the way that they was coming for me. Now, in the midst of all of this, you know, I'm feeling like I'm just running in circles, because it's like I find something and I go to telling people, and you got people like government officials telling me, you know, don't worry about it. I wasn't focused on how I actually caught it. I would just worry about, you know, maintaining my treatment, which really just stuck a nerve with me. Like, I was like, what? When a person tell you not to do something, I don't know what type of people y'all is, but I'm real hard-headed and I'm real obstinate and I'm real militant. So, bitch, you can't tell me what I can and can't do. So now I'm digging. Cause shit, y'all act like y'all don't even care about this. What, these people at a medical facility tested me and stuck me with a needle and gave me this shit? You know, and then I go to piecing all of this shit together and I'm like, it's possible. It's fucking possible. Antibodies and antigens take exactly 45 fucking days to appear and become noticeable or detectable within your bloodstream. Okay? HIV, antibodies, and antigens take 45 days. For them, it's 18 to 45 days. Let's be, you know, clear. Now, for them to be noticeable, antigens and antibodies in a, you know, in a NAT test or whatever. Now, being that I know this, and I'm counting the days, I'm like, okay, I got tested October the 26th on 12/12 for me, but when they sent the letter out, it was 12/11. They notified me that my plasmapheresis specimen was tainted. So, okay, so I'm counting. I'm like 12, you know, I'm like, okay, so 10/26/2020. And I'm like, okay, 12/11/2020. That's 45 motherfucking days. And I'm like, what the fuck? So now we got two things that is making it a connection. They got this number on, you know what I'm saying? Now, when they notified me on 12/11, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm rambling, I'm going too fast, but my mind be moving that quick. When they notified me on 12/11, it had been exactly 45 days from the day that lady stuck me with that needle and took my blood sample to test me for HIV. They never gave me a copy of those lab results. What they gave me a copy of was my COVID results. They told me I was negative. They gave me a copy of my COVID results. But on the copy of the COVID results, it had 12/17/20. Now, that correlates with the date that I actually verified that the letter I had received from the plasmapheresis facility was, in fact, right. Because, you know, when they send you a letter like that, you have to go and you have to get a confirmation test. That confirmation test resulted as being HIV positive on 12/17/20. And I'm like, it's too many motherfucking coincidences going on. And I don't know if you like me. I'm a conspiracy theorist to the heart. I've been like this since I was a little girl. I don't believe in coincidences. If too many motherfucking things start to connect, it is a fucking conspiracy. Something else is going on here. Okay, then I started looking through the paperwork and I noticed, I'm like, damn, this paperwork that they gave me that says I'm negative for HIV, you know, that was dated 10/26/2020, at the top of it, it got Rick Scott as the governor. You know, I don't really keep up with politics, okay? I really don't. I just, you know, pay attention to things that I'm interested in. But, I'm like, Rick Scott went our governor, Ron DeSantis. You know, I'm like thinking to myself, like, who the fuck? So you know, I'm asking, bitch, like, I'm gonna ask somebody. So I'm like, who the fuck our governor is? So they like, shit, Ron DeSantis. Now, you know, we some real ghetto ass motherfuckers. So we, you know, shit, this what it is. But, you know, they like, yeah, Ron DeSantis, Ron DeSantis. So everybody in agreement, like, yeah, Ron DeSantis is the governor. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, damn, I know don't none of these motherfuckers know when he became governor. So I'm going to Google this shit. I Google it and finds out that Ron DeSantis became governor in 2019. Matter of fact, the beginning of the year 2019. If I'm not mistaken, it was January or February. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't have a photographic memory, but I do know that it was the beginning of the year 2019. Now, as I see this, I'm like, what the fuck? And I, worked for a medical facility. I worked in a hospital. I worked outpatient in a clinic. I worked in the plasma industry. I've been a fucking note taker and a tutor for students with disabilities, my whole college career. I've, did cell phone communications, sales, I done did some of everything. I done worked fast food. I done worked in a damn bowling alley. I done did it all. Okay? Shit, find a job I haven't done. So anyways, in the midst of all of this, you know what I mean, I'm like, this too much. It's just so much. So I took luxury in the fact that I had an outlet with this dude, that was introduced to me as an investor. However, me and him done bonded and connected over, things that we have in similar as far as being, love for our culture, trying to find the truth about our culture, the hidden truths about, our culture and so on and so forth, So we talking, and I'm going to tell you ladies one thing I know, and 10 things for sure. These conscious kings is predators. They prey on the weak. Okay? Now, at this moment, I'm so baffled, and it's like my whole world done crashed around me, and I don't understand why, because everything that I've done has been to succeed, and I've been succeeding. I went to college. I set my goals. I got my degrees. I got good grades. I made good connections. I had good references. And now all of a sudden, my whole world is upside down, and I don't understand where I went wrong. And now I've been blaming myself for the past 2 years, and I might have been blaming the wrong person. I done accepted accountability for something that may not be my fault. So I'm down bad on myself. I'm feeling real bad about me as a person because I supposed to know better. And I wasn't out there like that. So if I went out there like that and I wasn't doing, and the people that I done been with ain't got it, it was just so much confusion. And this guy, just really laid it on real thick. We end up hooking up. Went to Seattle, spent some time with him. We had a really, really good time initially, and then, some things started to happen that was kind of making me like scratch my head a little bit. Like, do I really want to marry this man? Like, he, making plans for us to get married and go out the country and, all type of other shit. He trying to help. I even got me interested in something that I wasn't interested in before, as far as like water conservation. So, I work with water. That's what I use to heal people. Like, it's water based. So with that being said, I'm interested in water. I know how to clean water. I know how to take H2O2, put a few, little drops or whatever. I know exactly how to do it. I don't need to measure it. I cook it like a cake. Like I like how a grandma bake a cake. How your grandma bake a cake. That's how I measure. I don't need no measuring cup. I can do this by eye. Like, for real. Like, I eyeball it. I ain't Jim Jerk. Like, I ain't green. You know what I'm saying? I done did it for 10 years. I know how to make it. I don't need to write it down. I don't need to put it on no paperwork or nothing like that. I know it. It's in my head. It's in my blood. You see what I'm saying? God gave it to me, so it's running through my veins as we speak. So, in the midst of all of this, I just really wanted to be taken care of. And I just really wanted somebody to love me. And I just really wanted somebody to see me for who the fuck I am. So, I'm not going to cry. 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 Now, in the midst of all of this, you know, I done got put out my place, and I'm telling people, and I'm filing claims, and I'm doing, and then nobody ain't listening. Nobody don't give a fuck. You know, and that's another problem that I'll talk about at a later time. But women with HIV get treated worse than men with HIV. It's almost like, you know, we the scum of the earth. So everybody turned their back on me. And the people who didn't turn their back on me only stayed around so they could use me. And you know, and they was happy with it. They was happy with watching me suffer because, you know, got to think about it. I done been on top for years. I done been on top. You know, oh, she always get what she want. No, I really worked hard for what I wanted. I wanted to be able to help my mama, and I worked hard to be able to do that. I wanted to get a degree, and I worked hard to be able to do that. I wanted to be there for my ex-husband and show him that I had not forgot about him, and I was not going to forget about him. And I did that. So that means that's the power of follow through and dedication and loyalty and love and strength. It takes a strong person to be there for somebody else through the ups and downs of life while still trying to be there for themselves. So, you know, this guy was just telling me everything I wanted to hear. And a time in my life where my whole world was just, you know, rubble. And, you know, I went for it. Shit, I wanted to believe it. You know, and then the shit reared its head. The devil reared its ugly head. You know, we, in the midst of all of this, we end up going to Atlanta. From Seattle, we go to Atlanta. Now, all of this happened in, like, we met in February on the phone, and we linked up in person in May. Okay? So, you know, we go to Atlanta because he say he want to look for something or some shit he trying to buy or whatever. He want to look at it. So we go there or whatnot. Now, when we get there, he is pissy ass drunk. And I mean, like, the nigga drunk. And we walk in, and he is squeezing my hand like he trying to break my shit. And he's pulling my arm. And basically got me falling behind, like he dragging me behind him like I'm a 2-year-old child. So I'm pulling my arm back. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, nigga, I know how to walk. And if you want to hold my hand, hold my hand. Don't pull me and drag me. So that was the beginning of it. Him trying to make me look like I was incompetent and crazy. So that happened, and then afterwards, we had a discussion about it because I felt some type of way about it, and I wanted to talk about it. And he makes the comment to me, oh, well, you love me too much. So that's a problem. Oh, okay. Now, me, I'm a very genuine person. Like, if I love you, I love you. I'm not scared to show you my feelings. I'm not scared to show you my emotions. I am not scared of looking weak because I know how strong I am. You see what I mean? I'm not a coward. I don't back down from shit. So I don't give a fuck about a bitch seeing a softer side of me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a damn. You thought I was weak? That's your dumb ass. Just because you can look at these tears, I'm just an emotional ass thug that happens to be a fucking geek at the same time. I happen to be a fucking nerd. I know that all those things don't usually go together, but that's how God made me. So take that shit up with God. Now, if you think that you are going to take advantage of me because I put my emotions on my sleeve and I don't mind showing my feelings in public, and I don't mind, and I don't really care how people look at me if I'm crying, I don't give a fuck. And I'm not looking for nobody's sympathy neither. But if I got to cry, and I'm gonna get that shit out. If I got to blow my nose, I'm gonna get that shit out. If I got to pass gas, I'm gonna get that shit out. If I got to do a number 2 boo, I'm gonna get that shit out. I'm not finna sit around here and make myself constipated for nobody. Bitch, and that I don't give a damn. Bitch, you know what the human body functions is? What made you think that just because I'm light-skinned and somewhat pretty that I don't shit, I don't pass gas, I don't blow my nose, I don't pick my bookers. Bitches, you crazy? That's stupid. That's stupid. So, you know, whatever, whatnot. So I decided to pull my energy back a little bit. I pulled my energy back, and you know, the rest of the trip, you know, we went back to Seattle. And a couple of different things happened, you know, like the lady lady was trying to come for me or whatever, and I had to check him because I felt like he, you know, you just let this lady talk to me in the kind of ways, you ain't say shit, and you know this lady, you got to report with this lady, you should at least say, hey man, you don't got to talk to her like that. So I'm just seeing things, and you know, one thing I believe is you don't let nobody come talk to your friend or your parent or your kids or anybody that you fuck with on your team any kind of way. I might be able to call this motherfucker stupid, but bitch, you won't. You know, but that's just me. You know, I was raised in a whole nother era. I'm cut from a whole nother cloth. So I'm just seeing little shit. So the whole plan was for him to come back here to Jacksonville. We were supposed to start our life. We were supposed to get married. We were supposed to start a family. We were supposed to, you know, go on our adventure, you know, out this world or out this country and go, you know, see some things and do some things and be great, right? I'm going to get to study, you know, my product. I'm going to get to study water samples to see if I can actually clean water, if I can clean metals out of water, what. So I'm doing all my research. I'm really excited about this shit. Like, I'm like, hell yeah, man, I get to go and be a scientist. You know, dream job. Shit, I get to go and actually do what I'm passionate about instead of being stuck doing what I gotta do. So, in the midst of all of this, we get back to Jacksonville. And he, you know, really starting to show his colors. And this motherfucking man had his hands on the lower back of my mom's lower back. I'm turned around, and I turn around and I see this shit, and I'm like, okay, bitch. Now you flirting with my mama. And you trying to talk to me like I'm crazy. And you doing the whole make crazy face look like, oh, this bitch crazy. You doing the whole shit that I done told you people be trying to play me with. So you literally done took every goddamn thing I done told you that these motherfuckers be doing, trying to make me look crazy and trying to make me look like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You doing it now. And then you talking to my mama and flirting with my mama. You will talk to my mama and you won't say 2 words to me. Then you spending all your time outside in a motherfucking backyard, but the neighbor got her back door open. So, you know, we getting into it now. Next thing you know, he tell me he gonna teach me how to fight. Now you trying to size me up to see what these hands is. So we going, you know, it's just all type of stupid shit going on. We move all the boxes in here. You is literally digging through all of my boxes, looking through all of my paperwork. What are you looking for? I asked him several different times, what are you looking for, sweetie? He looking for the ingredients to my product. He trying to steal my motherfucking product from right up under my nose. Then he keep mentioning death. Oh, you okay? I don't know if you're gonna make it to see our kids. What are you trying to poison me on the low? Now the paranoia is starting to, you know, like rear its ugly head. Now I'm like, oh, I got PTSD. This bitch is saying all type of this. He doing stupid shit. He saying stupid shit. Then for 5 days straight, this bitch sat outside 7 o'clock in the morning with a big ass fire blazing and music playing loud, like he is trying to make me go crazy. So initially I'm thinking like, well, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe it's just the PTSD. I'm just, you know, I'm trying to get this man every benefit of the doubt. But here it is. We ain't even been married 2 months. You know, and I'm like, you know, Jessica, you really did ignore all those red flags. And I'm acknowledging that I did that. So now I'm praying to God, like, God, fix it. Get this nigga from around me because he's trying to drive me crazy. He's trying to make me look bad. Everybody know I do drugs. But you trying to make me look like a junkie. like a stone cold drug addict. Like, I'm out here on the street selling pussy and I don't got no motherfucking home. So you doing the same shit that they been doing. The system, it's like you repeating it. And now I'm starting to notice it. Now I'm like, okay, the Matrix is slick. You see what I'm saying? And shout out to Solara. She be doing, you know, the tarot card reading, and baby girl be spitting that knowledge for real, for real. I don't know, you know, it's a couple of other tarot readers that I'm into, like Intuitive Kev, is it Chiron Intuition? I hope I'm saying your name right, sweetie. But I like them. And Australia or some shit like that. I don't know. But, you know, it's a few of y'all good, but it's a few of y'all hoes karmic as fuck, and y'all be perping. So, you know what I'm saying? I do appreciate the ones that, you know, really care about, you know, the collective actually evolving and moving forward and getting to a higher vibration, because y'all be dropping a lot of jewels. But in the midst of everything, you know, I'm just trying to figure out, am I tripping? Or is, you know, because it seemed nice on paper. He looks good. He got a good job. He done had that job for 14 years. But it's little things here and there that, you know, it's an underbelly. It's an undercurrent. You know, he'll say shit like in the middle of us having sex, like, oh, you got this HIV in this big ass stomach. Oh. Like you trying to make me feel like you don't care, but you throwing it up in my face to try to make me self-conscious about it. And one thing is, I know, and 10 things for sure, I don't feel no type of way about it, because I know why it happened to me. If I would not have contracted HIV, I would have never even knew that this product is the real deal, for sure, cure to anything. I would have never knew I needed to tweak it a little bit to come up with a stronger formula. I would have never knew these things. So I appreciate everything that happened to me, but enough is a fucking enough. You coming into my life and you think you gonna make me look crazy, and you think you gonna have me sitting in a goddamn mental hospital somewhere while you get rich off my formula? You trying to make my mama pick sides with you? And, you know, I literally had to ask my mama, who the fuck side is you on? You with him or you with me? Because right now you acting like you with him. So in the midst of all of this, you know, we getting into it, you know, and I'm going to call a spade a spade. I slapped the shit out of him. I ain't going to say I slapped him. I kind of jaw-jacked his ass. Just slightly. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. You've been gone since 3, and you come pull up with the car, and you telling me, oh, you was at the car wash. I jaw-jacked the shit out that nigga ass before he could even finish saying what he had to say. You damn right. Fuck you think I am? Stupid? Bitch, don't insult my intelligence with that lie. Who the fuck do you think I am? So yeah, I might have been wrong for that. I might have. But I take it. Am day. I damn sure will, and say I'm karmic as fuck if you want to. I don't care. But ain't nobody gonna play me in my own house, in my own city, in front of my mama, in my backyard, and lie to my face? Bitch, please. So now I'm paying attention to more than what I was paying attention to before. And I noticed that the back door always got her neighbor, my next door neighbor always got her back door open. And I noticed that you be back there in the backyard for hours, but sometimes I creep out there to the back and you ain't nowhere to be found. And you be creeping from around the corner at the neighbor house. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'm a street bitch, so I see it. Now, sometimes I might overlook things because I want so desperately to be able to love someone other than my motherfucking self. You know, but don't think for a second that I'm blind to what you're doing. I just overlook shit because, you know, may the good Lord take a liking to you. But, you know, you ain't got to fight over everything. You just peep G. Give a bitch enough rope to hang themselves, they'll do it. And you won't even got to tell them to. So, in the midst of everything, this motherfucker is trying to play like he ain't did nothing wrong. I called the police about the fires. Oh, I ain't did nothing wrong. Oh, I'm so innocent. She just toxic. She just, painting me out to be the average black woman that is hurt and full of pain and full of hate for herself and everyone else. That's what you're trying to make me out to be. So I, start peeping that shit. And then one particular day we gets into it and he literally squeezes the shit out of me, like squeezes the life out of me until I can't even breathe. My mama come in the living room, she called the police, then she tried to get him up off of me, and the police come and he lied to them and tell them, oh, he ain't did nothing, and I hit him first and I jumped on him, and I ain't jumped on you, boy. I reached down in front of you to pick up a battery and you went for it. You went in. And the reason why you did what you did was because you was scared. You ain't want to go head on with me toe for toe. That's why you pulled that fuckboy shit you pulled. Trying to wrap your arms around my arms and squeeze me and make sure I can't move and I can't knock your ass out. Because these hands is certified. You know it. So, I lean into it. You gonna hit me, I'm gonna lean into it. So I let you get your little leg. But one thing that I got that I wanted was you out of my house. The police came, they told me he had to leave. Now here it is, I leave. Go to a friend's house. I'm gone. Shit. 3 days pass, and now my phone ringing, and it's a number that I don't know. So I picks the phone up, and I'm like, hello? She like, oh, is this Jessica? I'm like, who is this? Oh, well, your husband. Oh, Lord, I'm your neighbor. Oh, I'm next door neighbor. So I say, which neighbor this is? The one that look like me? She laugh and giggles. Yeah. Well, we ain't got nothing going on, but he over here. And I said, well, I don't know what to tell you, sweetie, because he can't come back to my house. He put his hands on me. He is not welcome at my home. Now she like, yeah, now you don't know how you gonna get rid of him. You figure that out while I get me some peace of mind, boo. Thank you, goodbye. See what I'm saying? Now, the overall pretense of all of this is, who sent this motherfucker in my life? Trying to find dirt on me, trying to build up dirt on me, trying to make me look distorted and out of character. Why do these people keep coming for little old me? Little old me. I disturb y'all peace that much that y'all done went above, I don't know how much money or, taxpayers' resources that y'all are just throwing to the wind trying to come for me. Because I want to cure people. Because I want people to be well. Because I don't want to be subjected to your healthcare system. I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm going to get up out of here. I know they coming for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep digging in y'all asses. Y'all going to keep coming for me, and y'all going to realize sooner or later that I am not a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm a fucking shark, bitch. I ain't soft. Ain't shit sweet about me. Ain't shit pussy, and I'm highly intelligent. And I can see you. I can see through your soul. And I know that scares you. But what you should be scared of is what I might say if you keep fucking with me. Keep sending people in my life trying to destroy me. And one by one, I'm going to send them, I'm going to chew their ass up and spit them back out to you. Keep doing it. Keep gunning for your girl. I know y'all about burnt out. And see, one thing about me is this. I might look weak, but I find strength when my back is against the wall, bitch. God just suit me up like motherfucking Goku, nigga. He suits my ass right on the, bitch, put the battery in that whole back. We got, bitch, it's a battle, bitch. We got to fight. Boot up and suit up, and I get to walk. And I could see y'all, God done gave me some gifts. Some gifts that I ain't know I had when I was younger. God done started giving me the ability to see people and to see through shit. Like I can hear the frequency of a lie when it come out your mouth. I can see into your soul and see what you're insecure about. You see what I'm saying? I can feel y'all squirming around, scatterbrain, trying to figure out how y'all gonna defeat me. It's a few of y'all done jump sides. And all I got to say to y'all is this. Don't get in my way. Just help me heal this fucking planet. Because that's what I've been put here to do. I've been put here to heal people. I have a product that heals people. Your scientists are doing studies on some of the ingredients that I use in my products. If y'all got the chance, you know, y'all can look through the videos, check it out. I say scientists trying to figure it out, but I got the formula. Yeah, they trying to figure out how. I've been working with those products that y'all talking about in that, what is it? It's a scientific research study. In that study, I've been working with that product since y'all was studying on it in 2011. And I don't think y'all know half of what I know. I don't. You know, and it would behoove the rest of you all to do some research. You know, H2O, colloidal silver, you know, a few other things. Get your mind right. You know, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you get up off the motherfucking doctor's prescription medications. I'm trying to help you to get out of their goddamn, their factory line. Get out of the cloning line. Stop being a carbon copy and, you know, learn how to heal yourself. Get back to them old home remedies. I'm telling you that. Get back to them old home remedies because the shit that they giving y'all in the pills ain't doing nothing but killing y'all even further. It's destroying another thing. It's fixing one thing and all y'all doing is putting a Band-Aid on it. When I think about healing, I think about what's the root cause. Now, one, I know this. If you can have healthier cells, that is the beginning of building a healthier body. You see what I'm saying? Everything starts with the cell. If you can have healthy cell production in your body throughout your lifespan, you will have better working organs. You will have better functioning skin. You will have better body. It would be better. I ain't going to get into all of it now because that's too much. But I started with the cell. When I looked at health, I started with the cell. How can I make my cell regenerate itself at its most healthiest and optimal rate? So, healthy cell regeneration produces healthy organs, produces healthy functionings. You know, don't put a Band-Aid on it. Go to the root. Now, one thing that I take away from this whole marriage that I done married this guy and we ain't even lasted 2 damn months because he was fucking spy trying to set me up. You know, look into how they set up the Black Panther Party. That's what he was trying to pull. They sent the old FBI informed ass nigga to come into my life to try to set me up any way he possibly could. And he couldn't. This bitch too damn. I run circles around y'all. I am not human. You see what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. Now, I came in peace, and I'm going to be in peace. But I'll bite the shit out your ass if you come fucking with me. Vicious, bitch. I am vicious. Now, don't take my kindness for a weakness and stop sending them motherfuckers at me. Y'all want to send something at me? Send some goddamn funds. Send the motherfucking lab equipment I need, bitch. Send a motherfucking assistant so we can put this data together, so we can actually heal people. Send that. Y'all done spent so much money trying to destroy me, and y'all ain't did it yet. Y'all should have just gave me that money for research. Now, like I said, what I did take from this marriage was this. I kind of, it piqued my interest in water conservation, because I know that that's one of the main problems of the planet, is that, you know, a lack of clean drinking water, and, you know, how to clean wastewater. So I've been researching that, and I'm going to come up with some things in the future. But right now, you know, I'm just at the beginning stages of my research. But I have, you know, it really has piqued my interest, because it's just like, you know, piggybacking off of what I've already done, you know, because of the product that I came up with, and because of me working with H2O2, and, you know, working with colloidal silver, and, you know, working with various other supplements and things like that, you know, I, you know, was able to realize that, you know, our tap water isn't always the cleanest, and you can clean it yourself, and, you know, you can use H2O2, and it's a lot less harmful, you know, than some of the other things that we use to clean our water. You know, they use it in pools, hydrogen peroxide, water pumps, and, you know, some people have them in their homes, so on and so forth, but it's not very mainstream. So, you know, I'm just trying to come up with some things, doing some research, doing some studies on, you know, how we could come up with, you know, better methods of cleaning our water that in the long run is not going to be, you know, toxic and nuclear for our kids. You know, and I don't know, I don't care what y'all think, I don't care. But I do think about these things, and I'm not just thinking about it. I'm coming up with solutions for them. Now, if y'all would stop, you know, get over your complete and total disdain for me as a person, and realize the jewels and the gifts that I am trying to drop upon you, then, you know, that'll be us getting past step one. And, you know, getting to the table to actually have a real conversation. You know, right now, I'm just doing a lot of defending of myself. But, you know, I digress. One day y'all will see me for me. And when y'all do, hopefully I won't be dead.